man writes, "My wife was diagnosed with bipolar, and she refuses to admit it. Therefore, she is not medicated. Over the last 4 years, she has left me and our daughter several times. Each time she tells me she wants a divorce, and I tell her I don't want a divorce, and so she leaves again. Then a few months later, she apologizes and wants to come back home. Every time I take her back, because isn't it what Christ does for us? My question is, would it be okay for me to say, enough is enough? Can I ever go through with a divorce?" Bipolar disorder is a very difficult thing to diagnose properly. Most psychologists and psychiatrists affix this label to anyone whose behavior seems to be abnormal. It's almost like a textbook diagnosis, but does not have very many facts to go with it. Yet there is such a thing as bipolar disorder. There are people who have severe mood swings. They're up one day, they're down the next. There is a sense in which you cannot predict exactly what's going on with this person, but it is an illness. It is a sickness, and it is treatable. It is treatable with proper medication, but a lot of people who are diagnosed with bipolar disorder refuse to accept the fact that that's what they have. And so they don't take their medications, and their behavior changes violently. I have personal experience with this, with individuals who have become very caustic and maybe even a little threatening to me personally because of the fact that they don't want to take their medications. When I first read your question, my greater concern was, are you enabling this relationship? Are you enabling this disorder? Because if it truly is a sickness, truly is an illness, then you don't have grounds for divorce. Because we don't divorce our spouses when they're ill with cancer or when they're ill with some other disease. And so if bipolar disorder is a physical and emotional disease, then no, you don't have any basis for a divorce. But at the same time, having said that, I think it's important for you to ask yourself the question, by taking her back continuously, by receiving her back each time, and acting as though nothing has ever happened, are you really doing her justice? Are you really doing your relationship justice? Wouldn't it be better to bring all things to a head, not in order to get a divorce, but in order to save the marriage? Because there are marriages that exist in a good and proper biblical relationship where one or more of the spouses are diagnosed with bipolar disorder. It is treatable. It can be worked out. And so for you to divorce your wife because she keeps leaving and coming back, begs the question more of what you're allowing to happen than what she is allowing to happen. So I would strongly recommend that you not take her back, that you force her hand to get the necessary treatment that she needs in order to get well. And tell her that. Say that very specifically, that you really want to save this marriage. And no, I'm not interested in getting a divorce, but I want you to get well. So for that reason, I can't take you back any longer. You have to get the necessary help. And then you have to be willing to wait it out. You have to be willing to see how far she is willing to go before she receives the proper treatment. I hope this helps.